Hi, Today All Day. We've got a great show for you on this Thursday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat you can only see here. Let's kick it off with Pop Start. We check in with Dylan, who's covering all the buzzy headlines for Carson. Check it out.
Time for Pop Start, and Dylan is on Carson duty this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Let's start with some baby news. Did you hear about this yesterday? Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost, the couple, officially announced that they welcomed their first baby together after pregnancy rumors grew this week, sparked by comments Jost reportedly made at a stand-up show over the weekend. People magazine confirmed the news yesterday. The Saturday Night Live star writing on his Instagram, Okay, we had a baby. His name is Cosmo. We love him very much. And then he went on to say privacy would be greatly appreciated. For all inquiries, please contact our publicist, Che Thinks. Throwing his weekend update co-anchor Michael Che under the bus with that one. And Johansson is also mom to 7-year-old daughter Rose, who she shares with ex-husband Roman Dariak. Congrats to Colin and Scarlett on the happy news. I feel like during the pandemic, so many people had secret babies. Yeah. You know, you never really knew because we don't see them in person all that much. All right, next up, Rachel Zegler, the star of Steven Spielberg's upcoming West Side Story remake, has our hearts melting with this sweet reaction to a recent gift she received from on-screen musical legend herself, the one and only Miss Barbra Streisand. Take a look at this.
There's simply no way that this is real, that this is a real thing that was sent to me. And it has no way. There's no way that she actually, there's no way. No. There's simply no way.
Isn't that the reaction we all have?
We love her.
Barbara's sending Rachel a copy of her latest album, Release Me 2. The card she's holding reads 4R from B. That's all she needs to say.
She called her R.
Right?
Frame it.
Just goes by B. So Zegler officially yet to make her acting debut as Maria in West Side Story. And by the way, Streisand's Release Me 2 has just made her the first woman with a Billboard Top 20 album in every decade from the 1960s to now. Wow. No surprise. I mean, every album just makes it up there. And finally, Tom Brady.
Stop smiling.
You're
blushing.
I don't really care that much. The Super Bowl champ was joined by a very familiar face on the practice field this week. His 13-year-old son, Jack. The Tampa Bay quarterback sharing on Instagram the Buccaneers got a new ball boy this week. He takes his summer job and every rep very seriously, just like his dad. So sweet. Well, it turns out a spokesperson for the Bucs clarified. He told E! News that Jack isn't actually employed by the team, just a very helpful guest at practice. Even still, a good way to spend the final days of summer. And side note, Jack doesn't even play football.
He doesn't?
He plays soccer.
Yeah. But he's probably better than any of us.
Yeah. That's very true. Yes, it runs in the family.
Dylan, thank you so much.
But Hoda, we are ready for your boost.
I got one for you. Okay, here we go. A mysterious visitor is making a big splash in a small town in Maine. So it's a 25-foot tall rubber duck with the word joy printed on it. It appeared in Belfast Harbor last weekend. So nobody seems to know where it came from, why it's there. But one thing almost everyone agrees on, they hope that that web-footed fowl hangs around for a lot longer, saying it's making things a little more interesting around here. I mean, I love it. It says joy. I mean, what else do you want?
Somebody's laughing really hard right now.
Right.
Whoever's behind this, you know?
Welcome back. Today in the third hour, the gang goes off script. And I mean way off script as they dish on the latest headlines for Overheard on Third. Check it out.
Okay, it is time for Overheard on Third, and we all kind of have to be morning people at this point, but there's actually new research that says being a morning person as opposed to a night owl is actually good for you because it gives you a more positive look on the day. It makes you feel like you're just getting more accomplished throughout the day. You're just, overall, I think it's just better for your health, which I agree with. The problem is I'm a morning person. I can wake up like on weekends, 6:30, 7 o'clock I'm up, and then 10 o'clock I want to nap.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like an early morning person, not a mid-morning person.
But I also believe it's like the internet. You wake up early in the morning and there's fresh energy to get. And it's like on the internet when more people start to get on, it starts to get slower. Things start to I believe spiritually, if you get up early, you get this like fresh, beautiful energy. So that's why I'm a morning. I don't have kids.
What time do you go to bed at night?
Like 8:39.
Yeah, me too. What about you?
I believe I'm with you guys. I used to be a night owl. Now go to bed early. I try to, especially when I'm doing the Today Show. But what I found is with kids, if you don't get up before they do, you're not going to have any time to yourself.
That's a good point.
And so now I wake up an hour earlier than the kids just to kind of do like my morning routine, get the energy going, get the little meditation going, help with breakfast so mom can sleep a little later.
That's nice.
Yeah, because then mom will help at night when I can get busy too with work and stuff like that.
You were a night owl? Were you like out clubbing and dancing?
I was listening to like 90s music, grunge music.
Yeah.
I know there's another side here.
I think there's another side, but you can't be a night owl when you have young kids because the next morning
it's the worst.
Awful.
It is the worst.
We were just talking about this during the break. Clean eating, that kind of diet, where you get rid of carbs, you get rid of certain things. It actually could be draining your energy. That's according to a registered dietitian, that, banning some of those foods that give you, the bottom of the food pyramid kind of thing. But you actually found the opposite.
So we did the whole 30, me and my wife. And in the beginning, I do agree with this. In the beginning, you do feel a little bit drained. But then you feel amazing. And the last 2 weeks, I've come off the whole 30, and I'm starting to feel sluggish again because I'm not eating as healthy.
Yes.
So I think at first there's that initial shock when you kind of take things away from your body, but then you feel great. Yeah.
I just don't know how you do it with kids, having all those snacks. Like I have to keep
hard.
the snacks in the car, so I have to go out at night to get 2 pieces of chocolate. If not, I would eat the whole thing.
Right.
It must be very hard.
You have to go with your partner, I find, too.
Well, kids eat some good food. I mean, the chicken nuggets, and, the candy in the house, and it's like, it is tempting.
And you know what I
Cal's
realized?
a chef.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what we realized? All the extra calories you have, there's like an extra nugget, and you're like, oh, I'll just have that
I know.
one. You don't want to waste food, and then it's like, okay.
Real quick, you've got a big night planned tonight or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, and I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm hosting the Angel Ball Summer Gala, which supports an incredible organization, Gabrielle's Angel Foundation, in memory of Gabrielle Rich Awad. She passed away at the age of 27 of leukemia. The gala is in its 25th year and focuses on funding some of the best research in blood cancer prevention, detection, and treatments. We're going to have plenty of fun because that's what she told her mother she wanted, a fun event. So multi-platinum and Grammy-nominated Flo Rida will be performing.
That's
so I'm really honored to do that.
And seeing it in person.
It's my first in-person event. I was joking that I have to wear pants for this one because all the virtual events we've been in sweatpants with blazers.
All right, well, good luck with that. What a great
Thank
cause.
you. You're really grateful.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna Calling All Readers, we sit down with one of my favorite authors, Megan Abbott, to hear about her newest page turner, which also happens to be my August book club pick. Check it out.
Here's the thing. We both have white jean jackets because they were in our rooms. And?
Well, Hoda has a little bit of a thing. If y'all know Hoda, you might notice that sometimes she likes to not recycle clothes, but just to make the most out of everything she
tomorrow, I'll be wearing this.
And I'll be wearing this.
But today, I'm wearing this.
And I'm wearing this.
we thought we would kind of mess with you, but anyway.
And just so we're clear, we had probably enough time for me to change, but Hoda goes, no, where's our jean jackets? And then the exact jean jackets came out. And I know because when Hoda was going to Tokyo, I said, do you want to take my jean jacket? She goes, no, I have this. Look, I have one right here.
We have the exact same one.
So instead, we just dressed
but
alike.
I think it looks cute. They say we look like we're working at an ice cream parlor or somewhere. Anyway.
You know what it is? I'm a little weirded out just by looking at the screen.
We're sorry, but we were lazy.
By the way, Hoda got to hang out with somebody really cool, and I'm kind of jealous, Hugh Jackman.
You know what? I'd never ever met him before.
You hadn't?
No, and he really is like. If you want to know what Hollywood is, it's like a guy who can dance and sing and act, who's good looking and humble, who's got it all going on.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny?
What?
He's so talented, but he, like you said, he's humble. He doesn't seem like Hollywood. You know,
we're going to share. We had a little conversation.
I mean, look at this. Oh, arms around each other.
Well, my arm was around him. I think he felt compelled. It was like, why is she leaning in so much? But anyway, he's a great guy. He's got a great life. He and his wife have been married, Deborah Lee, for 25 years. She's amazing.
I love Deborah. She's the best. Oh, and we would just have to say hey down to Carly down in Virginia. What a clever make it easy tip. We love those easy tips and it's cool DIY, so keep those videos coming to hodaandjenna.com. Yeah, so Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson, they've just welcomed their first baby together.
Yeah, and people were wondering, is it true? Well, Colin confirmed it on Instagram. There was no photo shoot. There was no People magazine cover. This is what he texted. It was a text. This is it. Okay, we had a baby. His name is Cosmo. We love him very much.
Okay. He added privacy would be greatly appreciated. And by the way, he directed all of his inquiries to the so-called publicist fellow Weekend Update anchor Michael Che.
Is that hilarious?
So funny.
And by the way, Michael is getting all kinds of requests on his Insta page, and he already changed his bio to Cosmo's publicist.
Oh my gosh, so sweet. Cosmo is Colin's first baby. Scarlett also has another daughter with her first husband, daughter Rose.
Yeah, 6 years old. Okay, now, Cosmo's a cute name, but speaking of names, a couple of names that used to be wildly popular are no longer popular because of gadgets and things. We're talking about...
Yeah, and this was an article in The Atlantic. For example, the demise of the name Alexa. Alexa would turn that thing on if that was real, right? So apparently Alexa has suffered one of the most sharpest declines of any popular names in recent years.
Well, and you know why? Obviously because of that, Alexa. Because every time you yell it for your kid, that happens. Anyway, so I have a friend whose daughter's named Alexa. She's older. She's in her 20s. But, yeah, it became a thing.
Well, think about Alexa Ray Joel. No, Alexa. I always wanted to say Billy Ray. Alexa Joel.
Alexa Joel. Ray Joel. Billy Joel.
Oh, it is Ray Joel.
Yeah. I just like the name Joel.
Well, no wonder Billy Ray Cyrus confuses me. You like the name Joel. You stopped at Joel?
Yeah, I was done there. Okay. And the same thing happened at Siri.
Yes.
Sorry, Siri Daly.
We have a friend named Siri. Too bad. What about you? Were there any names that you thought about when you were naming the girls? No.
No, I didn't. I don't think about that. I mean, I guess I wouldn't have chosen Alexa just because we do have that.
Yeah.
But
I know. And how many times are you like, Alexa, good night? Alexa?
I make our kids say please to Alexa. Please, Alexa, please play. Because sometimes you just start, if you're barking at that, you're going to be barking at everything.
That's so true. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I had was with Poppy was right when one day when Mila was home and she was like, Poopy Poppy.
Oh.
And I was like, uh-oh,
No,
is that going to be
that.
a thing? And then also...
Oh, I guess you don't,
No, you don't think about that.
No.
You don't think about the
Did anyone
names.
tease you with a name?
I can't say it.
Why?
Because I can't.
Was it a curse word?
Well, Jenna kind of sounds like...
What?
Well, we'll talk about it later. It's not appropriate just because I'm wearing a white jean jacket. I'll tell you about it later.
Our next guest has 10 novels under her belt, and her latest will have you crime thriller fans wanting some more.
It's called The Turnout. It's the story of two sisters set in the secluded world of ballet as one of them gets caught up in a dangerous romance that threatens everything. And author Megan Abbott is with us now from her home in Queens. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hello, so good to see you.
Megan, we're so happy you're here. So I told Hoda during the break, I've read a lot of your books. I've loved them all. And this is the first New York Times bestseller. The Turnout hit the New York Times bestseller list. How did you celebrate?
There may have been Keen Steakhouse and champagne that night. I must say, it was a good night.
Oh,
what did it feel like when you got that call? Because look, as Jenna said, all your books are great, and I think it's fun once you find one that really hits. So, what was it like when you got the phone call that you had made the list?
I kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I wanted to see documentation because it seemed so surreal. It is sort of the thing you long for, and I'm so grateful for Read with Jenna for its role in all of this. I think it couldn't have happened otherwise.
Oh. You're so sweet. This book is so good. I had the chance to talk with you yesterday, and so many people have been reading it. It takes place inside this small ballet studio. And as I said yesterday, I got kicked out of ballet in the third grade for not having grace. But you got so much of it so right. How did you study to get this so right?
It was a long process. I was pretty intimidated, I must admit, at the start, because people who know ballet know it really well. So it was sort of reading everything I could get my hands on, watching as much of it as I could, talking. I did have a ballet dancer do a fact check on it. I wanted to get it all right. I wanted the smells, the scents, everything about being in the studio all to sort of come alive for the reader.
Well, crime thrillers are a great genre. People go crazy over that. Are you one of those people who's like a crime junkie? Like, do you watch reruns of Dateline on, I don't know, TBS?
You know, Hoda was on Dateline.
Come on, that was my jam.
Oh, my gosh. I used to watch it falling asleep. That's how deep it goes for me. I have been a true crime aficionado since childhood. I'm slightly abashed to say. I've always loved it. And now we're kind of in a heyday of it. So it's a good time.
We're in the heyday of it. And the cool thing is you got to develop this book. You did your earlier book, Dare Me, as well. But now you got to develop Turnout into a series. What was that like? You wrote it, and it's almost done. What was that process like for you?
It was wild. Usually there's a time lag between when you write the book and there might be a possibility of adapting it. But in this case, we sold it very quickly, so I had to immediately start to think of it in visual terms. But since it is about ballet, set in a ballet school, it's so visual anyway. So it became this sort of great opportunity to imagine all of these dancers and these students and this Nutcracker production all coming to life.
Wow. When you were a little kid, is this how you had imagined you'd be spending your adult life talking to us on the Today Show about a New York Times best-selling book?
No, I mean, I still don't actually think this is real. So, yeah, no, it's a big fantasy. And, it was, I never even knew how one became a writer. It was very exotic growing up in suburban Detroit. It didn't seem like a possibility. So it's been a wild ride.
Oh, wow. Well, Megan, thank you so much. And we're going to put up some book recommendations. She has some really good ones on Today.com. Megan, congratulations. Thank you for being here. And by the way, you can shop that book. Get the Turnout wherever you can on Today.com. And we will announce the September read with Jenna Pick on Tuesday, September 7th.
Look forward to that.
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day.
Well, this is a special day. It's a special day because our executive producer, this is her last hurrah. And as we are doing this Today's Talk, she's pointing at the graphics, wondering why they're not correct. That's not what we do. Joanne LaMarca is over there, and Joanne has actually been part of this show since practically its inception. But she's had a couple of iterations. She left for a little while, and she came back. When she left, the whole staff was devastated.
I know.
When she came back, I think it was the biggest celebration we've ever had at NBC.
It's so true.
And now she is spending some time with her lovely, lovely husband and wonderful child, Matt.
You know when you love somebody so much that when we knew she was leaving, but there was an email that went out to the staff.
Yeah.
And I was having lunch with my mother-in-law, who does not know Joanne, my husband, my children, and my nieces. And I read Libby's, our big boss's email about Joe leaving. And I just was weeping. And Henry was like, it's going to be okay. But I was like, look what she has done for all of us.
But I think it's rare to find somebody who you respect as a leader, but also takes care of your heart.
Yes.
You don't usually get both. You get one. And most leaders are one of those and not both. And Joe is both. She's in our eye shot, and she doesn't have a mic, and she has a mask on, so she can't come over. But anyway.
And also, I know, do you feel like this is like a little toast at your rehearsal dinner? Or, yeah, a eulogy.
It's an obituary. No, it is not.
The other thing is, and I have said this, like, she made us realize that, not that we don't know, but the whole staff, the priorities were family and kindness. She wanted, if somebody said, Joe, it's like my kid's first day of kindergarten, she'd say, go.
Yeah. Here's what else I think we've learned from this. It takes guts and it takes courage to make a move, to create change. Change comes in two ways. Either it happens to you or you choose it. Like those are the only, and when it happens, it shakes up your whole world. And that's the only way better things come. If everything stays exactly the same, your life continues. You could go on forever. Anyone who's in a job right now, they could, go on like that forever. When you make a change in your life, it's like an electric shock.
Yes.
It's like, oh, now what? And it's scary at first.
Yeah, I'm scared. Beep. I really am. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared of not you guys are my family. You're seriously my other family. And you're a bigger family. And we're really close-knit here.
Yeah,
we really are. There's no staff like that. Our fourth hour group is
I agree.
they're the best. And I'm scared of waking up and going, my family's gone.
Here's the good news.
What am I going to do?
Here's the good news. Your family's always here. If you wake up and feel that way.
But I get the feeling you've done this thing for all this time, and all of a sudden one morning you wake up and nobody needs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can.
And there's no reason to take a shower. Not even put lipstick on.
You and Jake Gyllenhaal can just talk about the non-showering.
It is the trendy thing to do.
Yeah, I think, and also to step away from something that you love. So that you can spend time with your family.
Tell us about
because life is short. It's really, really short. And at the end, you know, you want it to be, you don't want to ever regret anything. And I live by regret the things you do and not the things you don't do. And I could very easily stay because I love everyone so much. I really care about each and every person. And I care about the show so much.
Yeah.
And you guys know how I feel about you. But my family and my child that I brought into this world, I have one shot.
Yeah.
And it's, and I try to hold on to everything and I try to slow things down. The only way to do that is to be present. So I'm just going to sit around and twiddle my thumbs for a lot of it. And just hopefully the clock will just slow down if you know, for me, it'll slow down.
And I think being around, that's the other thing too. Sometimes, I mean, magic happens when you show up.
Yes.
And if you're not there, you know, like you've been here, I mean, you're not going to have it. But you never know what'll happen when you're home and around.
Yeah. And you never, like, you miss those little parts that won't happen unless you're there. And there are times when my son will open up, and if you have a boy, you will know that boys don't talk. So when they do, you need to kind of hold on to it.
I remember Joanne in the midst of the pandemic, we'd be on the phone talking about something. She's like, okay, wait, I have to go for a walk. My son's done with his Zoom. I'm going to go get him to try to go for a bike ride with me and talk. Like, she just is the best mom.
I know. And she gets everyone to open up, not just Mac, everybody on the staff.
I mean, it's weeping.
What are we going to do? I know.
My next project is a book about everybody's problems.
Change the name. Joe, we love you so much.
I love you guys.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching for more of Today all day.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.